So that's the income taxes. Now we have the other one they call the wealth tax. That one is first in the nation. Okay, there's no precedent of that kind of tax anywhere in the history of the U.S. anywhere. Okay, so California came up now with another proposition that is a different number. It's 2088. So you guys can look it up. AB 2088, 2088, which is the nicknamed the wealth tax, but it's the net worth tax. And that one is a 0.4% of your...
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you go search Paul Graham, go to his blog real quick? Because he wrote a great blog that basically showed the long-term effects of...
his blog?
Yeah, put up on the screen real quick.
Is that... let me see if you find it first before
He's
I put it on
the Y Combinator founder.
Because it's not a...
No, just go to... I don't know what his blog is. Go to Google and just search Paul
Oh,
Graham.
that's what I did. That's Paul Graham.
Let me see. Pull it up here so I can see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Click on that.
Well, that's where I clicked. It didn't come up with...
Okay. Go to his essays. Which is his most recent one.
He needs a new website, by the way.
Modeling a wealth tax. It's fine. It's very
I'm going to
simple.
call him.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so here you go. So he made a table, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so basically this table shows, basically says, here's how much, because remember, this wealth tax is annually. So it's not a one-time thing.
Right.
It's annually.
Right.
So he said, here's how much stock the government would take over 60 years of various wealth tax. So if you start a company when you're 20, by the time you're 80, how much does the government own of your company at different levels? So at 0.1%, after 60 years, the government owns 6%. 0.5, 26%. 1%, 45%. And then once you get above 1%, at 5%, they basically own your company.
Right.
You know, so once you get above 1%, I mean, even 1%, 1%, they end up owning basically half of your company because it's 1% a year, every single year.
Right.
So that's the point.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question that I was going to ask before. Okay, so if you have a 1% wealth, I think their proposal was 0.4%.
0.4%, correct.
So if you have a 0.4%, okay. Because this happens a lot. All right, so you have a startup, you start it, great idea, you pitch investors, they're in love with it, awesome. Valuation $50 million, okay? So now, on paper, you own... whatever, 60% of a $50 million company, so your net worth on paper is $30 million. You don't have that in cash. That's not worth shit. It's a valuation. Your company doesn't make money yet. You're not even profitable.
And that's what needs to be clarified. Well, that is a tax on net worth, not on income.
Right.
So you can be making zero money, but you still owe that because your net worth
so
is that amount.
Let me finish. So your company is worth $50 million today. Okay, and this is year 2 because you have certain growth, whatever. You're looking great. Okay, but then by year 4, it just isn't working out. The company isn't working. Whatever, you couldn't make profitability, product market fit. Whatever happens, it happens, right? And basically, the company isn't working with anything anymore, and you shut it down. But for the past 3 years, you've been paying as if you were worth $30 million. But now you're not because all that stock is gone. Do you get that money back? Or does that money stay with them?
No.
Because there's a reason why we don't tax unrealized gains. It's the same reason. Imagine I own a stock that's worth 100 today, and then over the course of a year it goes to 200. And then the government says, well, I don't care if you didn't sell yet or not. Your stock is now worth 200. You need to pay money on those gains. And I say, okay, fine, I need to pay taxes on those gains. But then imagine all of a sudden the stock totally crashes. We have a recession, whatever. The stock's down to 80. I'm losing money now, all the way from 200 to 80, which happens. Do I get that money back? And then I sell. I sell at a loss because I need to cut my losses.
What? I mean, when you sell now, today.
But my point is, there's a reason why we don't tax on unrealized gains. Because unrealized gains are just that, they're unrealized. You don't know what's going to happen, okay? First of all, startup valuations these days are insane. You have no idea how to even value things. Companies are worth $100 million without any even revenue yet. So the idea that a founder now has to pay taxes on that $100 million is crazy. But they don't even have the money. Imagine you're a founder with a paper worth of $100 million.
They're liquid. Yeah, exactly.
And you have to pay 0.4% of that? That's 400,000.
That's every year. I mean,
founders
you pay,
don't have
but that's the
400,000.
thing. You keep paying the same tax over and over, like you said, from the graphic that we just showed. It's not like you normally, when you pay income taxes, you pay income taxes on the income that you made for a year for that bracket. That's where you do taxes every year, and then you made $1 million this year, or you made $50,000 this year, and you pay your proportion of Social Security taxes, Medicare, whatever, and income taxes for the salary that you had that year for your income. The following year, you pay on the new income, but you don't pay money or taxes on the income you
It's
already
like
paid
if
taxes.
the government came to you
There's
now.
no double taxation, basically.
It's like if the government said to you now, we're going to have a savings tax, and whatever money in your savings account, we're going to tax that. And you say, what the
over
fuck?
and over and over.
Right. I already paid money on this tax. This is what I
Right.
have left after taxes.
Right. So you have all the risk because
They're double dipping.
Yeah,
They're double dipping. You can't double dip, okay?
Triple dipping, but this is the thing. You were talking stocks. It's not just stocks. I mean, you can have a car collection.
You could have,
You can have
real
an art
estate,
collection.
whatever.
You can have real estate. You can have an investment in. I mean, most entrepreneurs have investments in 10 different companies that they don't even control.
Most people who are that wealthy, like if you're worth $50 million and you're a real estate investor, you don't have $50 million in cash.
Well, yeah.
You don't. If you're worth $50 million as a real estate investor, you probably don't even have $10 million in cash. You might have like
no.
$5 million in cash.
Yeah.
And the rest of your wealth is just in homes or whatever you own.
Right. So
now you gotta sell those assets to pay your taxes.
Right. Well, the one thing that I wanted to clarify is this tax applies to every income above $30 million, which is basically for
wealth, not income.
I'm sorry. The wealth tax is for every wealth assets or net worth above $30 million. But you pay that all the time. Basically.
And the craziest thing too is, by the way, we didn't mention this. It's retroactive.
Right.
For 10 years. So if you left California, if you lived in California and you left in 2012, fucking 8 years ago, they're going to come and collect taxes from you.
It phases out, but yes, even if now you say,
10
shit,
years.
this is coming. I mean, imagine a person like Elon Musk. I'm just giving you a very wealthy person that lives in
But that's an
California.
example.
Let's say that you know about this tax coming and you say, you know what, fuck California, I'm going to move out and I'm going to go to Austin. You know, a lot of people that we know are moving out of California to Texas or places where, by the way, don't have income
By the
taxes.
way, I have my plan.
Well, 1 second.
I'll give it to you.
So
Remind me
you
of
move
the
out of
plan.
California based on these things that are coming out. You say, you know what? I'm up to here with California with all the shit going on. I'm just gonna move out and go to another state. Whatever you go, a lot of people pick Texas because it happens to have no state income taxes like Florida and some other places. So you move out there, but then guess what? California will come and says, yeah, but you lived in California for 10 years or the last 8 years or the last 7 years. So we're still gonna be able to, or we're still going to be tracking you down to pay a portion of your net worth taxes to us because that's how you made your money when you were in California. So yeah, it phases out and those terms are being discussed right now. But for up to 10 years, they can go back and no matter where you live or where you move to, they can still come back to you.
Not unless if I move to Costa Rica, they can come and get me.
Yeah, well, you can change nationalities and all that stuff. But it's totally crazy. What were you going to say?